a sentence half finished, spoken too soon then dismissed. Every name I answered to felt like a costume I outgrew. I learned the math of staying whole by splitting pieces I couldn't hold. Kept my voice in parentheses so nothing leaned too heavily. If I stop explaining, if I come undone, will I still be something when the noise is gone? This is my release. I'm untrading the seams, pulling meaning apart till it stops looking like me. This is my release. Let the structure collapse. I don't need a shape, I just need the cracks. Life's good and I'm loving every single moment of it. Every breath feels like a gentle kiss, so infinite. The sun is shining brighter, painting skies with bliss. This heart of mine is open wide, nothing feels amiss. Feels like I'm reliving my dream life once again. Every step I take feels lighter, free from all the pain. The colors of the world have found a sweeter hue. Oh, the magic in the air, I see it shining through. Yay, honey, isn't today beautiful? You see the way the flowers bloom, the way the wind sets us free. Hold my hand, let's dance beneath the endless sky. Today's a masterpiece, and we're the reason why. Life's good and I'm loving every single part of it. A melody of joy, a rhythm I can't quit. With every beat my soul just sings and takes flight. Oh, in this dream I'm living, everything feels right. Yay, honey, isn't today beautiful? You see the way the flowers bloom, the way the wind sets us free. Hold my hand, let's dance beneath the endless sky. Today's a masterpiece, and we're the reason why. Life's good and I'm loving every single part of it. A melody of joy, a rhythm I can't quit. With every beat my soul just sings and takes flight. Oh, in this dream I'm living, everything feels right.